Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the second installment of Hope and Freedom, the video series where I'm walking alongside you to help you find hope in the middle of a difficult financial time and set yourself up to have freedom in the days ahead. If you're in the middle of a financial crunch right now, if you've lost a job or some income, if you've been laid off or furloughed, you may be feeling some pain or anticipating some pain in your life. And today I want to give you the first of two videos that's going to help you deal with and process that pain in the right way. You know, pain is never fun, but it's also never fatal. Pain never killed anybody. And so what I want to do is help you deal with the pain that you're experiencing now or anticipating in the future and give you some hope about how you're going to get through it. Now, there are many ways that people react to pain, and there are some that are actually unhealthy. So what I want to do today is break down three different reactions that we often have to pain that are not healthy, that are actually going to work against us so that we can identify them and that we can avoid them in the future. So let's talk about pain, and let's talk about the ways that we don't want to handle it. The first thing that many of us do around pain is that we fear pain. If you think about some time where you have had to have a dental procedure or go to the doctor, you know you're going to have a shot, you're going to have an incision, you're going to have a surgery. There's going to be pain involved with that experience, but if you're like me, the very worst part of that pain was anticipating it. It was the fear of the pain that came in the days and the hours before the encounter happened. And in the midst of this uncertain economic time, you may be fearing pain that you're not experiencing yet. You may be afraid of pain that is coming in the future. And what I want to tell you is that there's a great chance that the fear is worse than the pain that you're going to feel. So I want you to just face the fact that there might be some pain, but you don't have to be afraid of it because the pain is going to be temporary. The pain is not going to last forever. Now, another way that people often deal with pain is by trying to avoid it. And in the midst of a difficult financial situation, that means like burying your head in the sand and being in denial about your situation and trying to live the way you've always lived and hoping that everything works out okay. Maybe for you that means continuing your current lifestyle and just running up credit card debt to pay for it in a time where your income is low. But you need to understand that being in denial about pain is really dangerous because when you're in denial, you keep repeating the habits that cause the pain in the first place. So if you're facing financial pain right now, I don't want you to deny it. Let's just own it. Let's face up to it, and then we can start making decisions that will help us treat the pain. So what that means for you is you're going to make some changes to your lifestyle, and that's okay. Maybe you have to move in with a family member. Maybe you have to live with a roommate. Maybe you have to stop going out to eat. Maybe you have to make some dramatic cuts in your budget. Just know the pain's not permanent and it's going to be okay. Now, a third way that many people deal with pain that is really unhealthy is they try to numb the pain. And there's lots of things out in the world that we can use to try to numb pain in our lives, but most of them only make the pain worse. If you're going through a difficult financial time, you may be tempted to turn to some things to numb the pain you're going through. And that can be any number of things depending on who you are and how you're wired. Maybe that is gambling. Maybe it is drinking or drug abuse. Maybe it's pornography or promiscuity. There's lots of things that seem like they help us take the pain away for a minute or two. But if you've ever been down that road before, you know that once the high wears off, you're just left with the same pain you had at the beginning, plus the regret of the mistakes that you've made. So I don't want you to try to numb the pain of this time. Instead, we're going to look for ways to treat the pain that are healthy and that are going to move us forward to hope. Now, in our next video, we're going to talk in detail about healthy ways to deal with pain. But before we do, I want you to remember this. There is always hope for the future, and freedom always starts in your heart.